Welcome to Mundane Manuals, where we drift into dreamland one page at a time. Tonight, we're opening the original iPhone user guide, a groundbreaking device described in spectacularly ordinary detail. We'll explore everything from installing your SIM card, to mastering the home screen, to setting up visual voicemail, syncing your calendars, and even trimming voice memos. By the time we finish, you'll know exactly how to use the first iPhone, or you'll be fast asleep. So, grab your pillow, close your eyes, and let each specification, caution, and setup step gently lull you to sleep. Let's begin. iPhone User Guide for iPhone OS 3.1 software. Getting started on. Warning. To avoid injury, read all operating instructions in this guide and safety information in the iPhone Important Product Information Guide at www.apple.com support manuals iPhone before using iPhone. On viewing the user guide on iPhone, the iPhone user guide optimized for viewing on iPhone is available at help.apple.com. iPhone. View the guide on iPhone. In Safari, then tap the iPhone user guide bookmark. Add an icon for the guide to the home screen. When viewing the guide, then tap Add to home screen. The iPhone user guide is available in many languages. View the guide in a different language. Tap Change Language at the bottom of the screen on the main contents page. Then choose the language you want. What do you need? To use iPhone, you need a wireless service plan with a carrier that provides iPhone service in your area, a Mac or PC with a USB 2 port, and one of the following operating systems: Mac OS X, version 10.4, 11 or later, version 10.5, 7 or later, is required for syncing notes and for using iPhone as a modem. Windows XP, Home or Professional with Service Pack 3 or later. Windows Vista, Home Premium, Business, Enterprise or Ultimate Edition. Display resolution on your computer set to 1024 x 768 or higher. iTunes 8.2 or later. Available at itunes.com. Download iTunes 9 or later. Required for certain features. QuickTime 7.6. 2 or later for playing videos recorded by iPhone 3GS on your computer. An iTunes Store account for purchases from the iTunes Store or App Store. An internet connection for your computer. Broadband recommended. Activating iPhone. Before you can use any of iPhone's features, you must activate iPhone by signing up for a service plan with an iPhone service carrier in your area and registering iPhone with the network. Your iPhone may have been activated at the time of purchase. If it isn't activated, contact your iPhone retailer or cellular service provider. For more information about iPhone, go to www.apple.com. iPhone. Installing the SIM card. If your SIM card was not pre-installed, you must install the SIM card before you can use iPhone. Install the SIM card. 1. Insert the end of the SIM eject tool into the hole on the SIM tray. Press firmly and push it straight in until the tray pops out. If you don't have a SIM eject tool, you can use the end of a paper clip. 2. Pull out the SIM tray and place the SIM card in the tray. The angled corner of the SIM ensures that the card fits only the correct way in the tray. 3. With the tray aligned as shown, carefully replace the SIM tray containing the SIM card in iPhone. Registering iPhone. Registering iPhone with iTunes enables iTunes to identify your iPhone when it's connected to your computer and help you manage its contents. You can then sync information with your computer and media from iTunes and create backups of iPhone's contents and settings. You can create an iTunes store account or specify an existing account to enable purchases with iPhone. iTunes also records iPhone's serial number in the event you need it for service or in case of loss. Register iPhone. 1. Download and install the latest version of iTunes from www.itunes.com. Download. 2. Connect iPhone to a USB 2 port on your Mac or PC using the cable that came with iPhone. 3. Follow the on-screen instructions in iTunes to register iPhone and sync iPhone with your contacts, calendars, and bookmarks on your computer, and with music, video, and other content from your iTunes library. In the Setup Your iPhone screen, select Automatically Sync Contacts, Calendars, and Bookmarks to configure those items to sync automatically when you connect iPhone to your computer. You can also customize your sync settings in iTunes. See the following section. Setting up iPhone using VoiceOver. If you're visually impaired, VoiceOver, available only on iPhone 3GS, can help you set up iPhone without a sighted assistant. VoiceOver describes aloud what appears on the screen, so you can use iPhone without seeing it. When you connect iPhone to your computer, iTunes detects whether you're using a compatible screen reader on your computer, such as VoiceOver on a Mac or GW Micro Window Eyes on a PC, and automatically enables VoiceOver on iPhone. A sighted user can also enable VoiceOver on iPhone for you using accessibility settings. See Using VoiceOver on page 187. Note: VoiceOver isn't available in all languages. Syncing. With iPhone, you can have easy access to important information on your computer, including your contacts, calendars, and even your browser bookmarks, as well as to music, video, and other content in your iTunes library. About syncing. Syncing copies information and content between iPhone and your computer, keeping it current and up to date, whether you make changes on iPhone or on your computer. iTunes lets you specify the information and content on your computer that you want to sync with iPhone. By default, iTunes syncs automatically with iPhone whenever you connect iPhone to your computer. You can also set up iPhone to sync your MobileMe and Microsoft Exchange accounts over the air. See Mail, Contacts, and Calendar accounts on page 16. Syncing with iTunes. You can set iTunes to sync any or all of the following: contacts names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses, and more. Calendars, appointments, and events. Email account settings. Web page bookmarks. Notes. Requires Mac OS X version 10.57 or later on a Mac, or Microsoft Outlook 2003 or 2007 on a PC. Ringtones. Music and audiobooks. Photos and videos. In your computer's photo application or folder, iTunes U collections. Podcasts, movies, TV shows, and music videos. Applications downloaded from the iTunes Store. You can adjust sync settings whenever iPhone is connected to your computer. Ringtones, music, audiobooks, podcasts, iTunes U collections, videos, and applications can be synced from your iTunes library. If you don't already have content in iTunes, the iTunes Store, available in some countries, makes it easy to preview and download content to iTunes. You can also add music to your iTunes library from your CDs. To learn about iTunes and the iTunes Store, open iTunes and choose Help, iTunes Help. Contacts, calendars, notes, and web page bookmarks are synced with applications on your computer as described in the following section. Contacts and calendars are synced both ways between your computer and iPhone. New entries or changes you make on iPhone are synced to your computer and vice versa. Notes and web page bookmarks are also synced both ways. Photos and videos, Mac only, can be synced from an application or from a folder. Email account settings are synced only from your computer's email application to iPhone. This allows you to customize your email accounts on iPhone without affecting email account settings on your computer. Note: you can also set up email accounts directly on iPhone. See Mail, Contacts, and Calendar account. Purchases you make on iPhone in the iTunes Store or the App Store are synced back to your iTunes library. You can also purchase or download content and applications directly from the iTunes Store on your computer and then sync them to iPhone. You can set iPhone to sync with only a portion of what's on your computer. For example, you might want to sync only a group of contacts from your address book or only unwatched video podcasts. Important: you should be logged into your own computer user account before connecting iPhone. Set up iTunes syncing. 1. Connect iPhone to your computer and open iTunes if it doesn't open automatically. 2. In iTunes, select iPhone in the sidebar. 3. Configure the sync settings in each of the settings panes. See the following section for descriptions of the panes. 4. Click Apply in the lower right corner of the screen. By default, automatically sync when this iPhone is connected is selected. iPhone Settings Panes in iTunes. The following sections provide an overview of each of the iPhone settings panes. For more information, open iTunes and choose Help, iTunes Help. Summary pane. Select Automatically Sync when this iPhone is connected to have iTunes sync iPhone automatically whenever you connect it to your computer. Deselect this option if you want to sync only by clicking the Sync button in iTunes. For more information about preventing automatic syncing, see preventing automatic syncing on page 15. Select Sync only checked songs and videos. If you want iTunes to skip unchecked items in your iTunes library when syncing, select Manually manage music and videos to turn off automatic syncing in the music and video settings panes. See Manually managing content on page 72. Select Encrypt iPhone Backup if you want to encrypt the information stored on your computer when iTunes makes a backup. Encrypted backups are indicated by a padlock icon, and a password is required to restore the information to iPhone. See Backing up iPhone on page 202. Click Configure Universal Access to turn on accessibility features available only on iPhone 3GS. See Chapter 25, Accessibility, on page 182. Info pane. The info pane lets you configure the sync settings for your contacts, calendars, email accounts, and web browser. Contacts. Sync contacts with applications such as Mac OS X Address Book, Yahoo Address Book, and Google Contacts on a Mac, or with Yahoo Address Book, Google Contacts, Windows Address Book, Outlook Express, Windows Vista Contacts, or Microsoft Outlook 2003 or 2007 on a PC. On a Mac, you can sync contacts with multiple applications. On a PC, you can sync contacts with only one application at a time. If you sync with Yahoo Address Book, you only need to click Configure to enter your new login information when you change your Yahoo ID or password after you've set up syncing. Calendars. Sync calendars from applications such as iCal on a Mac, or from Microsoft Outlook 2003 or 2007 on a PC. On a Mac, you can sync calendars with multiple applications. On a PC, you can sync calendars with only one application at a time. Mail account. Sync email account settings from Mail on a Mac and from Microsoft Outlook 2003 or 2007 or Outlook Express on a PC. Account settings are transferred only from your computer to iPhone. Changes you make to an email account on iPhone don't affect the account on your computer. Note: the password for your Yahoo email account isn't saved on your computer, so it can't be synced and must be entered on iPhone. In Settings, choose Mail, Contacts, Calendars, tap your Yahoo account, and enter the password. Web browser. You can sync bookmarks on iPhone with Safari on a Mac, or with Safari or Microsoft Internet Explorer on a PC. Notes. Sync notes in the Notes application on iPhone with Notes in Mail on a Mac, or with Microsoft Outlook 2003 or 2007 on a PC. On a Mac, you must have Mac OS version 10.57 or later installed to sync notes. Advanced. These options let you replace the information on iPhone with the information on your computer during the next sync. Applications pane. Use the Applications pane to specify which App Store applications to sync on iPhone, or to arrange your home screen. Requires iTunes 9 or later. Any applications downloaded directly to iPhone are automatically backed up to your iTunes library when you sync. If you manually delete an application on iPhone, you can reinstall it from this pane as long as it was previously synced. Ringtones pane. Use the ringtones pane to select the ringtones you want to sync to iPhone. Music, movies, TV shows, podcasts, and iTunes. U-panes. Use these panes to specify the media you want to sync. You can sync all music, movies, TV shows, podcasts, and iTunes U collections, or select the content you want. iPhone. If you want to watch rented movies on iPhone, transfer them to iPhone using the Movies pane in iTunes. If there's not enough room on iPhone for all the media you've specified, iTunes can create a special playlist and set it to sync with iPhone. Note: the iTunes U pane appears only in iTunes 9 or later. In earlier versions of iTunes, iTunes U content appeared in the podcast pane. Photos pane. You can sync photos and videos. Mac only, iTunes 9 required, with iPhoto 4, 3 or later, or Aperture on a Mac, or with Adobe Photoshop Elements 3 or later on a PC. You can also sync photos and videos in any folder on your computer that contains images, preventing automatic syncing. You can prevent iPhone from syncing automatically when you connect iPhone to a computer other than the one you usually sync with. Turn off automatic syncing for iPhone. Connect iPhone to your computer. In iTunes, select iPhone in the sidebar, then click the Summary tab. Deselect Automatically Sync when this iPhone is connected. You can still sync by clicking the Sync button. Prevent automatic syncing for all iPhones and iPods. In iTunes, choose iTunes, Preferences on a Mac, or Edit, Preferences on a PC. Click Devices and select Disable Automatic Syncing for all iPhones and iPods. If this checkbox is selected, iPhone won't sync automatically, even if Automatically Sync when this iPhone is connected is selected in the Summary pane. Prevent automatic syncing one time without changing settings. Open iTunes, connect iPhone to your computer, then press and hold Command Option on a Mac or Shift Control on a PC until you see iPhone appear in the sidebar. Sync manually in iTunes. Select iPhone in the sidebar, then click Sync in the bottom right corner of the window. Or, if you've changed any sync settings, click Apply, Mail, Contacts, and Calendar accounts. iPhone works with MobileMe, Microsoft Exchange, and many of the most popular email systems. Setting up accounts. MobileMe and Microsoft Exchange provide not only email, but contact and calendar information that can be synced to iPhone automatically over the air. MobileMe can also sync your bookmarks on iPhone with Safari on a Mac, or with Safari or Microsoft Internet Explorer on a PC. You set up MobileMe, Exchange, and other email accounts directly on iPhone. iPhone uses the Exchange Active Sync protocol to sync email, calendars, and contacts with the following versions of Microsoft Exchange: Exchange Server 2003 Service Pack 2, Exchange Server 2007 Service Pack 1. For many popular email accounts, iPhone automatically enters most of the settings for you. If you don't already have an email account, you can get a free account online at www.yahoo.com www.google.com or www.ao. You can also try MobileMe free for 60 days. Go to www.ni.com. Set up an account on iPhone. 1. From the iPhone home screen, tap Settings. 2. Tap Mail, Contacts, Calendars, then tap Add Account. 3. Tap an account type: Microsoft Exchange, MobileMe, Google, Email, Yahoo, Mail, Auto, Other. And that brings us to the end of the original iPhone user guide. From SIM cards to Safari, from voice memos to visual voicemail. I hope you're feeling relaxed, a little more informed, and maybe already halfway to dreamland. If you enjoyed drifting off with me tonight, don't forget to subscribe for more beautifully boring manuals, and let me know which iconic product you'd like to hear next. Sleep well, and I'll see you in the next chapter.